This is only a test.
Let's roll.
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Here, man. It's been a week, man. Checking in. Welcome to the Black Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Pascal Rascal. This is my, other. We both hosts. Ain't nobody co-host now. We hosting this shit
It's
together.
all good. What's going on with y'all, man?
Chilling.
Finally, we got back. Let me turn this down. I can hear you on this, John. What's up, man? What you got? What you got this week?
Man, we got some good joints. We can start off with the dad check-in. How was your week? How the family?
Regular shit, man. Again, like I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's just what my life is at the moment. Got the younger kids. I'm on standby for the older kids, and in the meantime, I'm doing this YBG network thing, trying to get this joint in order. Other than that, the week was pretty dope. We celebrated Jazz's birthday Thursday.
Happy anniversary,
Got
Jazz.
a chance to go to the beach or whatever. That was a good vibe for us.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, man, it's just been it's been a regular week for me. Just again, like just trying to stay focused on what's ahead. Other than like I said, Jazz's birthday and enjoying that. It's been a regular week for me, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, besides somebody stealing my car keys, my house keys, and all that while I was at work, it was a very good week, but
Hmm.
people crazy, man. You never know who house you walking into. You never know people mental health. I just say, man, pray before you do anything nowadays. But that was my
I
week. I
agree.
had a very, I won't say stressful, but it was a day. So just by grace of God, I was able to get my car back and house keys replaced, everything. So stuff don't be that bad. We sometimes perception of reality, we be making things worse than they really be. So just went through it, get through it, and move on to something else.
Word. Yeah, man. It's always something, man. You said it here a few times. It's like if you ain't coming out of something, you may be getting ready to go through
Go through.
something.
Yeah,
The trick is to stay prepared because it's not always what we go through. It ultimately ends up how we respond to it,
yeah,
which
absolutely.
affects us the most. You follow me? So that's again, even on my end, something that I'm trying to master is my reaction to things. Some things you can't control them. You can't control whether or not they happen. Maybe you could have, right? But that's a
Yeah,
part of like being accountable or even like being in control of your responses, right?
yeah,
However, like you can't control the actions of others. You can't control, how people think. You follow me? All you can do is just move around in a way that's useful to you.
yeah. And what I'm learning is when it gets situations like that, man, I look at that. That's a test, nothing but from God. Like you tested my reaction, you tested my resolve, you testing to see if I'm going to crash out, do something, say something that I can't come back for. There's a lot of people that make long term decisions for temporary emotions.
Hmm.
So I try to just like I said, I feel like I passed the test. I had a few questions I struggled on, but I feel like I passed it. But
Hmm.
it gets to those moments. But I was thankful overall to just should be able to have my car or something like this. I had my daughter with me. Those niggas to come on. It's just it'd be nuts stuff. But I was just thankful to be able to get home, take care of the family.
Yeah, it's always a blessing to make it home, man. It's a wild, wild west out there in the world, man.
Philadelphia in general.
Real shit.
No, so we get to our main topic for the day. Advice as just a question, and we'll dive more into it. What advice would you?
Excuse me, not to cut you off, but I just want to be clear to our audience, our viewers. You see me in my phone. This is our first attempt at going live, and we having a few technical difficulties behind the scenes. So if you see me in my phone, I'm not like absent from the show. I'm just trying to like multitask. So, but however, I'm here. I'm here with you, bro. My fault. Not the. Excuse
No,
me for
no,
cutting you off.
no, bro. We rolling. We rolling. We got
Yeah,
viewers.
yeah, yeah. We got viewers on YouTube once we put it out.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm talking about fun live right now. I said, all right,
Oh yeah,
man.
I don't know, man. I don't know that's something I gotta. I guess that's something I gotta look into a little bit more. But it's streaming. I can see it from my page. Why it's not available to others?
Yeah,
I don't know. But go ahead, bro. What you got, man?
Basically, so the main topic for today would be what advice would you give your sons on how to deal with women in this day and age?
Choose wisely. Um, And what I mean by that is, not making your decisions based off of, like you said, temporary emotion, right? Because again, we as humans, I think our number one connection to other humans, other females, to females is like a physical attraction. That's what I've learned, right?
Yeah,
However, I've learned that that can't be the reasoning for why you make her a mother. That can't be the reasoning why you make her a wife. It has to be something more tangible there. You follow me? Like something, not just ass and titties. I would just call it. It got to be a
yeah,
little bit more than that. So I would say the advice I would give my sons is choose wisely and don't be so shallow in your decision making when it comes to dealing with females. Listen, we're gonna go through those points in time where that's what we on. You follow me? But you got to be careful not to make those again long lasting effects from temporary emotions and feelings.
yeah,
5, 10, 15 years down the line, you got baby mama drama and you trying to figure out how we get here. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely make your decisions based upon um alignment with people. Some people mesh well, some people don't. Is that honeymoon. Listen, man, I've done it all. It's like a honeymoon stage that you go through
yeah,
when you dealing with a new female. You know what I'm saying? And if you aren't aligned otherwise, other than physically, that's our surface level. That's our like our yeah, our surface level selves,
yeah,
operating. You know what I mean? Whereas like you want to have a deeper connection to your woman. You want to be able to communicate with them. You want to be able to understand them. You want to have them understand you. You
yeah,
follow me? So my advice is going to be as simple as that: is just choose wisely and make strong decisions, man. Don't just be out here chasing ass and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. Everything that glitters ain't gold. So I would probably share the same message. Definitely don't be so shallow. Don't necessarily be so concerned about what a woman looks on the outside and not really, appreciative of how she is on the inside. So a soft spirit can come from a woman that you may not be physically attracted to, but her spirit may be, better for you. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
don't settle, brother. If you want you a beautiful woman's son, go get your beautiful woman. Just make sure her outsides match her insides.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say just be respectful because at the end of the day, you're going to grow up to eventually deal with a woman and you may have a daughter, so you want to treat that woman how you would want somebody to treat your daughter. Like you want to be
Mm-hmm.
respectful, be mindful. Like you would want to treat your woman how you would want somebody to treat your mother. So
I would agree.
you got to just be mindful of that. Those are simple things to be able to just think about. And then for last, I would just say this new age, man. Look at
Mm-hmm.
the baby pictures, man. Make sure you look at the baby pictures because these is genetically modified women nowadays. We don't know.
Yeah.
We do not know how they look prior to. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, you could be giving a girl. She looks very nice now. She may have a pre-existing conditions of obesity in her family. You don't know how these kids gonna come out. So you don't know. So just check some baby
Mm-hmm.
pictures out, man. Verify who they is. Make sure they the person that you really want to be with, because your kids are gonna take those traits on too. The surgery ain't gonna affect them kids. It's gonna affect your significant others. So
Mm-hmm.
pay attention. Shit.
Man, I was again, like I said, I'm multitasking, trying to figure out. I'm listening to you. Yeah, I would agree, man. You just got it. And I mean, same thing for my daughters. I would give them similar advice. Because girls can tend to they fall into that same trap. That's how you connect with people like that, because they might feel mutual about physical attraction, whereas it's deeper than physical attraction, especially when I mean, even if it's just like you dating a person, right? Because mental health, you don't want to deal with anybody that isn't good for you.
Be your spirit.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you learn the hard way. When I learned the hard way when I was younger, but as I got older, I began to realize, like, like you don't want to you want to deal with somebody that is in alignment with you, and you as a you want to be that same thing in return. It's called reciprocity.
Yeah.
You want to return, be able to return what's been given to you, and vice versa. You want what's returned was what you've been offering up, and that to me that's a good alignment. Regardless of looks. Of course, again, I get physical attraction, but uh, listen, man, me and you've been around just like me. Some of these chicks is only care, they only care, and men, they only care about the outer layer. They
Yeah.
don't care about spiritual and emotional and if even physical maintenance. You know what I'm saying? They only care about they only care about how they how it appears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It may not even be what it appears. You follow me? So I would say the same thing to my girls too. Like, choose wisely, man. Choose wisely.
Yeah, to my girls, I already told her. I hope my girls are the type of girls that go to from high school to college, from college to grad school, from grad school to medical school. I want them to be immersed in education towards that they ain't got time for a nigga. Like I want them to have time for a man after they didn't already accomplish something in their life. They have something put us like I kind of implore my daughters now, like don't rush getting a boyfriend, don't rush. But you at the end of the day, you can understand. I can understand. Hormones is a whole different beast. These
Hmm.
peer pressure or something else, being around all these different people. So these kids, they're affected by the different stimuli that they're around. So we can tell them do one thing, but necessarily based on their environment, they're going to do something else. So yeah, I just
Yeah,
try to want to implore my girls to like really focus on your education right now. Focus on your education long term. Just keep getting more and more till you're more satisfied, certified, and then eventually, find that significant other that you want.
yeah. Peer pressure a mug too, man. That'll sway you too, but that's all into like how you raise your children to be leaders and be strong minded. But there's a lot of that going on too. Wanting to fit in or
Yeah,
wanting to be a part of or not feel like the oddball out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to this parenting thing, man. And like I said, I'm learning as I go. You follow
yes,
me? I didn't have it all together before I became a parent. So that's just my story. And however, it doesn't take away from anything as far as me being a parent. Like for me, it doesn't make me like feel like I want to be any less of a parent. If anything, my fault. If anything, it encourages me to want to be better
yeah.
and do better. It gives me purpose. You follow me? So yeah, we gonna get to that. We gonna figure this thing out, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like son, daughter, choose wisely.
Yes, please. All right, we got into our next segment. One of the favorites. You can get with this or you can't get with that. For everybody watching, it's basically me and Ed, we give each other things, or one of whoever writes the episode will come up with something, and we'll ask the other, can you get with this or you can't get with that?
Word.
So Trump said he may consider giving Diddy a pardon. See, pardon me. Uh,
Part of the name.
uh,
Yeah.
can you get with that or you can't get with that?
Again, I haven't been keeping up on Diddy's trial. I know bits and pieces. And what it seems from what I can take from everything is that he pretty much was just in that situation for being a freak ball. Um, Obviously too, like they consider like being, flying men and women in and out of from different state to state. They consider that sex trafficking. Obviously, too, the tape we saw the tape with him and Cassie. However,
Yeah,
he wasn't on trial for that. So just in terms of his case, I would say yes. I mean, but at the same time, I could definitely get with it if he's being wrongfully judged upon things that did or did not happen. I don't think nobody deserves that, regardless of their sexual preferences and all of those things, right? So, um, I would say, yeah, I could get with that if it. But however, I don't think it's going to change nothing. Whether did he get pardoned, whether he come home, beat all charges, the cat's out the bag. So it's not going to change anything. And however, really, all he got to do is just own it. I was
Sure.
just talking to Jazz the other day about Ye. We was heading out of town and we was listening to Ye, and it sparked the conversation, and it just made me think about him. Like, yo, as many wild things as he doing. Now, people, I'm just talking about as far now. When we get back to the art, people still gonna listen to the music that he put out.
Yeah.
They still gonna buy his clothes. They still gonna support the sneaker bit. So it's just like at the end of the night, he living in his truth, whether you agree with it or not. You follow me? So I can get with that. Your truth doesn't have to align with mine in order for me to respect it. You
Yeah.
follow me? So I would say if Diddy, if just considering those things, if Diddy is innocent and he's being wrongfully accused for those things, now if we're talking about him being tried for things that he actually did,
Yeah.
then that's how it go. You follow me?
Yeah.
You reap what you sow. But if he being, they making a spectacle out of him because of some power trip shit like that, get that shit out of here, man. Let that man come home to his family and move on with his life.
All right. No, I'm right there with you. I could I don't know. Trump said he'll consider it, so we'll see what he's a tricky mother. All right. Uh, After being arrested this past week for allegedly running a gambling ring in his home, Gilbert Arenas was released, and he's now saying he's snitching. Can you get with
I
this, or
can't.
you can't get with?
I can't get with that, dog. Gilbert a nut, dog. And I like Gilbert. I'm a fan of his show. I love the guys over there. I love what they built over there. But that's my number one problem with Gilbert Arenas is that he's like an ass, and he doesn't have to be. What do you mean you gonna snitch? And granted, he might be trolling, right? But my
Yeah.
point is to say this too. It make me think about Gil, how I like kind of like understand Gil, like from my perspective. He would really tell and not care. I'm not a street guy, but he probably don't understand like the repercussions that come along with that.
No.
You dealing with Russian mobsters and shit, and you talking about something that you gonna snitch on them. Now, my thing is he could be trolling. Now, whether or
Yeah.
not he decides to snitch is two different things. My point is this: that you do things right or wrong, own up to your shit, bro. He didn't have to respond. He ain't have to say nothing publicly about what took place at this point in time. You follow me? It's just a report of what happened. The legal proceedings are still ongoing. You don't have to address the public.
No.
However, I just think that he could be an airhead sometimes, and he just don't get it sometimes and shit. But I'm not. Can I knock? I can't knock him because that's his. Again, he living his truth.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
it.
can't get with
Yeah.
that. I don't get with that.
Yeah. I can't get with snitching on any form. Now you're saying you only rented the house. It's definitely they saying Israeli special forces is the people who was doing the games and stuff. So yeah, if he chooses to do that, it's on him. But like you said, that's just really him. Like he was coming out the courtroom laughing, talking about, man, they can't hold me down. It's just he free spirited. He live who he is. He not really tripping off nothing. So I could only expect that rhetoric to come from him. But
Funny is an entertaining guy, but
yeah,
that's not nothing to play with. Going to jail, and he made his bail when that 50,000 wasn't nothing. You feel me? He made that with no problem.
well, that
So
just
he
lets you
not.
know
He ain't,
the severity, the how it wasn't really that
yeah,
severe. They giving
absolutely. I
people
agree.
$1 million bells for bodies and stuff like that. 50,000. What's that? The ten
But
percent
that,
of like so.
but see, I mean, 10%, 50,000 would have been 10% of 500,000. But however, either way,
Yeah,
like you said, was it a Fed case or was it a state case?
I want to say it might be a Fed. I've never known for motherfuckers to get locked up by the feds and then they let you out. But I mean, maybe a
That's what I'm
state
saying.
case. So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
All right, next one is the last one. Unconfirmed reports suggest that Uncle Shannon Sharp had to pay $23 million to the OnlyFans accuser who accused him of sexual assault and battery. He also was fired from his job this week. A recent Instagram post noted the settlement while also bringing up Shannon Sharp's refusal to pay $30,000 more or no more than $30,000 for his daughter's wedding, despite his willingness to pay $23 million for a settlement.
I never heard that. Yeah, that's kind. Dude, I didn't even know he had children. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah, he
So he
got
might be
two daughters and a son.
Shannon Sharp. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't think he had no children. However, yeah, I don't know. I ain't never heard that John. Now, as far as the OnlyFans John, like I can't get with it because again, as a black man, as a successful black man, millionaire, Hall of Fame football player, you should be smarter than that, dog. Again, whatever you like to do in your spare time, that's your business. I'm not judging that, but you have a responsibility, and you ain't know that. You come on, bro, and those types of things. I don't know. I think just for like me is different. Like my mentality would be different in that kind of position because it's not like that's a like dealing with women is a great big desire of mine. Even that concept of like uh 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 being older and being okay with paying it. I rather have my ducks in order. You follow me? But you would expect more from a person like Shannon Sharp. I mean, I guess if you don't know him, but I guess the more and more we get to know him, maybe you don't expect better from him. But I can't get with him paying that unless he got something to hide. Why you so quick to pay it? She clearly got something on him. So yeah, no, I can't get with that freaky shit though.
All right, so I'm at this one. I would disagree with you on. I can actually get with him paying it. Because this is how it happened. Well, how I look at it. This past week, his brother just went into the NFL Hall of Fame. He went in after him. I think his brother retired before him. He's like the one of the best receivers ever. He would
Yeah,
be
Sterling.
yeah, Sterling Sharp. Yeah, so he would be a distraction. I feel like at that moment, at what they keep the information. So them having a settlement, them doing it underneath the rug it's unconfirmed reports that he paid 23 million. She wanted 50, so there's no guarantee what he got. I watched the show Nightcap. He just got his endorsement back with DraftKings. The show was coming on for months after this with no taglines for DraftKings, nothing to open the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is now he got the DraftKings back. So now he got that contract back. He'll get other endorsements back. Yeah, he'll lose ESPN, but those people that watch the nightcap every night, they're gonna, So I feel like he'll gain more than he lose. Right now, hopefully he'll get a better mindset. Get you a wife, get you somebody you can deal with, as opposed to somebody you just got to keep dealing with
Give
these
her
serious
20.
people.
Give her 23 million out. You get
Yeah,
a wife. There's somebody that align with you at 50 plus years old. Give that person, and then you don't even really lose nothing. To be honest,
no, you'll never lose
you
nothing because anything you give to a real woman, she multiplies more. You give a woman a seed, she turns into a child. You give a woman a house, she turns into a home. You give a woman a food, she turns into a meal. So you give a woman 23 million, she might give you back 46. So you never know. So it would be smart for Onk to go ahead and just find somebody that he could like really just settle down with. But who knows?
Mhm.
But all right, now to the stat of the week.
Okay?
All right, so we got two, and they kind of both align with each other. So it says the
Mhm.
approximate lifetime earnings for a black man in the U.S. is around 1.73 million. That is lower than white men who earn about 30% more annually, leading to roughly 2.46 million over their lifetime. Only 10% of black households receive an inheritance. And this is according to a 2019 study, compared to 30% of white households. And they said the average inheritance for a black household is $100,000 versus 195,000 for white households. What you think of this? We always talk about really wealth and disparities among different
Mhm.
races, but I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the lifetime earnings for black men, as well as the fact that only 10% of black households receive an inheritance.
I wish I could. I wish I could do the math. I really want to do the math on that because I want to simplify that understanding. So what's the
All right, so I'll
average
break it
life
down to
of
you.
a
So
man?
how they did was they said an average work life is 40 years. So they said based off black men, based off education rates, the income, as well as incarceration, that's the number that they came up with based off of the hourly rates, our education wise, the areas in which we're working in, and then the 40 years of which is the average work life, which I said was they set from 25 to 65.
So I just wanted to simplify the math. You said that the average work life is 40 years. You said that the average salary or money made over that course of that time is 1.7 million. So that's $42,000 a year. You follow me, right? So hold on, look. Uh, Divided by, so what we do, uh-huh.
Now remember, that's
By
earnings. That's what you're bringing in that year. So the averaging bringing in 42,000 a year. That's not saying based off. Say if you making 96, but you still bringing in and retaining 42. That's what they're basically trying to say. Like that over that lifetime, over those years. Shit, you might have a year where you might make 96, but shit, you might have a year where you making 10. They just saying over our lifetime, the average black man would only
yeah,
make $1.73 million.
I'm just saying, cool. I get that. However, just to simplify it for my own understanding, it's $42,000 a year, $20 an hour. So that just proved my point and my stance. However, right, is that you got to grab this shit by the horns. You going $1.7 million is a lot of money, but when stretched out across 40 years or however long it is, it ain't shit. You follow me now? If it was allotted to you at the beginning of 40 years, and then to say, hey, you got to work in order for this to, for you to for this to be earned, if you will, you got to
Yeah,
work 40 years. But you get spoon fed throughout the course of, and this is, I'm speaking for myself and others like me, right? I didn't go to college. I went into the workforce and I bust my ass off and I made my way that way, right? However, I ain't even 40 yet. I got back problems, gray hair, anger issues and shit like that. So it's just like, and even for me, it's like, I'm not against educating myself. However, I done got into the middle of the ocean. Now I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be a swimmer no more. I want to be a pilot. That
right,
shit don't matter. You in the middle of the ocean now. So
right.
what are you going to do from here so to ensure that you reach your destination or at least get to a better position? So my thing is you can't really rely on this system because this system isn't designed to give you much. Granted, again, shout out to the people that can make something of it, right? Because I'm only speaking for myself and those that are like me. Because there are people who play the game right, who make the best out of it, right?
Yeah.
However, my knowledge is, or how I came up, how I was raised, is that you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, and whatever. I don't know what happens after that shit, right? But my point is, more often than not, what I've been exposed to is, like you said, what was the percentage on
Only
inheritances?
10% of black households receive an inheritance.
Come on, what are we doing? So you know what I mean? Like that 40 years of work maybe have been beneficial for the surface level, right? Because your children were fed, they had a roof over their heads, they were clothed. However, when you leave, my thing is we should be instilling things, not the same things into our children, but greater things. If this how dad gotta work, if dad gotta work 60 hours a week so that we can be okay, you should be positioning yourself to go beyond. Don't do the same shit that I did. What are we doing? You follow me? So it's just like I think that more people should, even those with higher educations, right? You follow me? Because it's people that I know who have businesses, and I joke. They think I'm joking, but I'd be like, listen, they might be a small business, but I'd be like, let me send you my resume over. I got management skills. You run a little storefront. You feel me? I'd rather be a part of something that you have more control over
Yeah.
the how it works. So when the money do flow in, you get more. You know what I'm saying? You're
It's right
entitled to
there.
more.
Yeah.
I've given my time, my energy, everything to jobs. And it's like, at the end of the day, what have you done for me lately? I say, oh, yeah, good job in 2022, but it's 2024. What have you done?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, no, we got to, I think us, especially as black men, we should be, again, we need to be educating ourselves on being financially literate, having the basics down, just not just the basics, but even understanding the most intricate parts of the next steps. You follow me? And then
Mhm.
instilling them into our children so that they don't get to our ages and they're basically doing the same things over and over again. My thing is, you know how we get caught up in that cycle? Because we so worried about paying bills. We so worried about, how we going to eat that we
Mhm.
don't even think about nothing else. We don't think, sometimes we only think just enough about our children
Yeah.
to just make sure that they okay. But we not really, again, I say those intricate parts. Are we checking on their mental health? Are you really, I work a lot. How are you, it's the narrative needs to change. And that's the type time I'm on. And those numbers are bullshit. Don't, 1.7 million sounds great, but you got to cut that down. Even if you cut it down to maybe 5 years, I can get with that. 10 years, maybe even. You feel me? But 40
Yeah.
years to make 1.7, you tripping. You wilding. You feel me? I'm good. Y'all can keep it. I'll
Yeah,
figure
you
out something
thinking
else.
4 years? That's a job where you're making over $250,000 a year. So
I mean, I got 7 kids. 42 ain't gonna cut it. Zero ain't gonna cut it. Zero ain't gonna cut it either. Once I was just talking to my oldest daughter and I said to her, I was just showing her all these old pictures and she was laughing because she said she's always holding a baby. She's my oldest daughter. So a baby coming to the family, she's like the top nurturer. You
yeah,
follow me? But I say, yo, imagine when they start having children, how many grandchildren I'm gonna have. Shit gonna be crazy.
yeah,
I'm gonna need a fortress. I ain't gonna have no regular cars. I'm gonna need a RV. Like I'm all big boy shit to
yeah,
house these people. And my point is, it ain't gonna happen at listen, even with like, it's some jobs that were attainable or are attainable for myself. That's close to not quite $100,000, but if I focus and locked in, be pretty close to $100,000. My point is that over time, that $100,000 a year ain't gonna spend the same way it's spent.
yeah,
So that's my point too, is even if you take those routes, even for the educated brothers and sisters, right?
yeah,
It's still doing a little bit extra to be more in control of your life. Because you could spend 8 years chasing this goal to get this education so that you can make this certain amount of money. Now you like, it's happening right now. The houses are going, the cost of living has shot up.
yeah,
The house, the pricing of houses, I can't imagine that this is a good market to be buying a house. And I mean, buying a house is always a great investment, but I'm just talking about compared to past years, it's ridiculous, dog. So you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Interest rates is too high right now. So yeah, they're
Come
trying to
on.
ask the Fed to actually lower them. Yeah, this is not the
My
time.
bad. I went on a rant. That's something that I'm passionate about. Is like spending my whole life giving my energy and time to something else, and I get crumbs in return. And then once I fizz out, they just be. I watched them do that I watched them do it to an older guy. He gave 30, damn near 30 years to the company, and in their mind, they're paying him too much for him to be in that position, and he's too old to transcend to another transcend to another position. So they start making him retire, bullying him, pushing him out the door. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's why ownership and entrepreneurship is something you got to speak to your kids. Uh,
And set the example for you. That's what
yeah.
we doing that joint here.
All right, we got our
What else?
next segment. What's the Facebook joint looking like? Any?
So just an update on that. I have to do more homework. You got to excuse me, man. So it's something between the connection of our home programming, which we're using right here, and then Facebook. I don't know what it is. I gotta go back and troubleshoot. So maybe next week we'll have it's running right now, but for some odd reason, it's not even giving me the option to make our post public. It's just only allow, which would make sense why you couldn't see it. And I couldn't
Right.
see it on my other Facebook page. So it's some stuff that I clearly got to go back and double check just to make sure that we got in order better next time. You feel me? So we'll do that for sure.
All right, now. So we got our next segment, which is finish the sentence. Uh, my biggest fear for my children is, for me, I would probably say untapped potential. I don't want any of my kids to grow up to not be exactly what they're supposed to be. Like just that, if you know, my dad used to always use the analogy of Dwight Howard. Like, yeah, Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. Dwight Howard got his ring, but Dwight Howard's supposed to be one of the most dominant players, the 50 greatest players in the league. You know, defensive. You know, big man. He was
Hmm.
supposed to be the heir apparent to Shaq, but it was just untapped potential. So it's like I don't never want my kids to be a Dwight Howard. I don't ever want them to, yeah, you be successful and you did amazing things, but you didn't really reach your potential. You didn't really reach that monster that you were supposed to be. So that's really probably my biggest fear for my children. I don't want them to ever just not really get their full due in life.
Yeah, I would agree. My biggest fear would be just like how we just was talking is for me to live this life, my life the way I did, and then for my children to walk directly behind me and do the same shit that I just did over and over again.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest fear is for them not like you said, living up to their fullest potential, but also making the same mistakes that I did. You follow me? And opposed to using me as a reference point, whether right or wrong. You know, them knowing better. So morally knowing right from wrong.
yeah,
Even though my dad did that, he did this. I like how he did this. So I'm a take some from within myself and kind of like emulate that, but do it my own way. You
yeah,
follow me? I'm not saying that I want my children to be podcasters or rappers or entertainers, but my dream or my purpose here is to be an example for them. Show them something that you can do the same thing. If you want to be a part of this, that's possible.
yeah.
Or you can do the same thing. You can put work in and you can create your own thing and you can create a way for yourself and your family. So, my biggest fear is them not doing that. Like you said, wasting potential and not living up to the best version of themselves.
Good, John. All right, next one. Deion Sanders ranks his kids based off his favorites every week, and the week changes weekly. If you could rank your kids this week, what would the order be?
You want me to rank them?
You got seven.
I,
I start off. I got four. Listen, it's a hard distance. Listen, I start off at
I
four.
could do it. I could do it. I could rank them. I could rank them.
So I'm going in
And
at
I wouldn't do it, but just for the sake of the podcast, children, I love you all. But just for the sake of content creation, I'm gonna go along with it, right?
Rick. Just I'm ranking number four. I'm gonna put my oldest little nigga. He don't call. He do his own thing. He messaged me. He sent me the invitation for his graduation party, but he don't hit me up. Dad, you want to chill? You want to go? No. So you at four. I love you, but you at four. Number three. Sorry to do this to you, but it gotta go to Bella. Bella asks. Bella don't answer the phone sometimes. Bella good, but Bella when Bella is away, Bella will not call and check up on me. Bella will
Mm.
just be doing her own thing. She actually did call me earlier, but I just gotta give her ranking. Number two, I had to give it to Yeye, the youngest. She so special. And listen, Yeye is my stepdaughter, but you would never
Mm-hmm.
know the way that like our bond is. She like my stepdad, my dad, Davon Hill. Like she's like she's so like that's like my princess. Like I love my Bella, I love my Lele, I love my girls. But number one got to be Day Day, man. Day Day just the only thing about Day Day, and I'm gonna put him on blast. Day Day don't wash his ass. Listen, let me tell you something. Day
Hey,
Day
yo,
is a
it's
boy.
chill, man.
No, no,
You put
no,
it.
no. Fuck
We
this.
go. That phase that we go
Yeah,
through, man.
yeah. He want to be funky. He want to be in the room with your friends playing the game and all that. No, man. Wash your ass. He got his own room. When I say bull, get here. I had to. So mind you, they'll be here like 4 days. He came out of his room probably like the fourth day. I'm like, damn, good to see you, my man. I ain't been around. You
That's
only
how
come out
they
this
be done.
motherfucker to eat and shit and go back in and get snacks. They periodically give me a hug. Matter of fact, I don't even know why he is number one. Matter of fact,
No,
Day Day
go
is at
through
number three now. We're gonna put Bella at number one.
it.
Fuck this. Bella, I love you still.
No, that's funny because I know I went through that same thing. My sister told like when I started to wash up, she knew that I was chasing after some ass and shit. That's what she told my mom and shit. Like you nigga spray some body spray, some fucking ass. He'll do it. What? He'll do that. What you mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a phase that all boys go through. My son, even my son, you gotta like redirect him and shit. Did you use soap?
Yeah.
Because they'll just rinse, hop in the
Yeah.
shower and just get wet and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
He's 11, and he get out of there. I hit him with the is you silky, or is you just like you had some water on you? No. Oh, nigga.
even my son, I gotta tell him, you gotta put your hair in there. He got like this real dry hair. His hair is real dry, but I can tell. I'm like, even if he did wash himself properly, I be looking at his hair like, bro, you gotta get back in it and
Yeah, you ain't even
just
wash your
just put
hair.
your hair, put the hair under there, because you know that how your hair look when you get out the shower. It just
Yeah.
look a little, but you could tell if it hasn't been washed or cleaned or wet.
Hmm.
If anything, it just look rough a little bit. So I think it's a phase that all boys go through, and they lucky to have fathers that could set them straight, because if not, man.
Yeah.
So again, my disclaimer is I love all my children equally, but I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm gonna play along. So right now, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do mine from order from first to last, right? Even though
All right.
nobody's last, right?
Right.
Number one is definitely Shyla, and for the reasons that Shyla's my oldest daughter, I'm gonna say because she's just doing the most, like as far as being a young lady and being a mother, taking care of business. And she hit me up the most out of all the older girls.
All
You
right.
follow
Yeah.
me? Like I don't get to hear from my other older two. I mean, Brianna and Imani as much. However, um, like I said, I get the shy be doing her thing. So shout out to her.
Sure.
Same thing with so number two would have to be, and I'll probably be getting some flack for this. Number two
I'm
would have
sorry.
to be.
Listen, everybody. Everybody, I'm sorry to put this. They got 7, and I'm causing
So,
problems.
yeah, so number two would have to be Imani, even though I haven't talked to Imani, and it might have been different a couple of weeks ago, but I'll get once I say the next person, I'll tell you why. Um, but it would have to be Imani. Imani doing some great things, even though we haven't talked. She's just doing some wonderful things, and I'm super proud of her.
Is that one
Yeah,
that look just like you?
that's my oldest daughter,
All
Shyla. That's
right.
number
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah. All right. That she look
Imani, I
just like
mean,
you.
yeah, that's Shyla. Shyla, she go through that. She went through this phase where she didn't want to hear that because she had been hearing it her whole life that she looked like me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's funny. But yeah, shout out to Imani. And then number three, I'm gonna go Bree Bree. Bree doing some great things also. She doing well, but what might have made her slip is because she hit me up. You feel me? She hit me up, had me all excited to hear from her. And then she, you know what I mean? She flaked on me again. So,
All right.
it's all good, all
You
love.
into it?
Like again, for all of my daughters, all my children, but mainly my oldest daughters, I try to help them understand that, I'm here with, I know we've been through some things, right? But,
Yeah.
when the time is right, when you're ready, we can make it right. You feel me? I think Brianna, she ain't feeling me and she don't know how to express that. You follow me? Which is cool, because I'd rather her not say nothing than be disrespectful. She doing some great things. She working, and again, like I said, my oldest daughters, they all, Imani graduating. She definitely gonna graduate in June. That's just how it's set up. And shout out to Brianna and to Shyla. They graduated on time. So
Oh,
I'm,
that's
I'm
what's up.
definitely proud of them. And I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna explain nobody else. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just name them. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Elijah. I gotta go. My son Elijah. Another one I ain't seen him in a little while, which is terrible. But that's my dog. That's my boy. Even though me and his mom we don't get right, but he that's really my dog. He even before Sage. I mean, even after Sage, when Elijah was a baby, I used to keep having with me all the time, and we kick it. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog right there. And I know he gonna be something on that football and that baseball field, bro.
Yeah.
The young boy fast, ambidextrous. He throw with both hands, throw the
That's
ball with both
cool.
hands. Both vicious. So I'm gonna say Elijah. Um, I'm gonna go. Kobe. I'm gonna go Kobe. Kobe. I was gonna put Kobe last, but I ain't going to dish it. I gotta go. I gotta go hold his mom.
Don't do Kobe like that, man.
I was gonna make Kobe last, but I gotta go hold to his mom, so I ain't gonna
Yeah,
do that,
yeah,
dog.
don't do that.
Kobe the same way, and he remind me so much of Elijah. He does. However, he's a crybaby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jazz. It is what it is. We play 1-on-1. I'm playing 1-on-1 basketball with him. He instead of fighting his way through the defense, he passing the ball to his mom. It's 1-on-1. Why you trying to get your mom involved in the game, dog? So, and he got this little. He had terrible twos. He bad as shit right now, dog. But that's my dog. I spend a lot of. I'm spending. He with me every day. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Kobe. Um, Brazil dropped because since she been back in Pennsylvania, she been being like super spicy, sassy. You know, I can't wait to get my hands on her again. So she dropped since she been in Pennsylvania. She been talking crazy. You
Yeah.
feel me? And
That's some
lastly,
girls, man. Love.
she been talking spicy, and I'm like, yo, you don't have to. She just, I've been trying to help her understand how to like navigate the house through how she feels. And when she would like say me and her on FaceTime, the caller just dropped. So I'm like, all right, well, then she'll call me back. Or if I call her back, she's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then hang up. So basically, she doesn't understand the concept of clicking over
Yeah.
or saying, hey, daddy, hold on.
Yeah.
So she's trying to talk to me, but get mad at the person that's calling her because they keep interrupting her conversation with me. But I'm like, you don't have to answer the phone.
Right.
You don't have to click on, but she's just so I'm gonna just say it. She's so much. She like me, but she like her mom, and it's just like a crazy ass. Like when it comes to like our I guess rough sides,
Yeah.
it's just not a good mix, and I got to deal with it, man. And lastly, again, I mean, obviously, if you know my children, if my children know, they know who I got last on this list, and I'll tell you why. However, like I said, this isn't a list of like who I love
Yeah. Who I love
or
the least.
who's my
Like, yeah.
favorite, right? But these are based off of certain things. Last on my list right now this week is my son Sage, right? Same reason. He 11, young boy soft. I don't like it. I don't like it for him. And he a mama boy. Now the difference between he and Kobe is that I'm with his mom. I'm
Yeah.
with Kobe's mom. So I can communicate with Jazz about areas that I think that she could help him out in. And it's a great balance. You
Yeah.
know, like I enforce, I'm the disciplinarian in Jazz, but the young boy so bad, Kobe so bad that Jasmine be having to discipline him sometimes. So, but however, Jasmine is soft and loving, and you know what I'm saying. Whereas, like with my son, I'll just say this: that because we're raising him in two different spaces, that again, I always have to deal with the side effects of not being in the same home as my son. The conversations aren't the same. The strategies aren't the same. Hell, the purposes aren't the same. So sometimes I'll be a little disappointed in him because he's getting older, so he kind of like understand the dynamic or the lack thereof between his mother and I.
Right.
So he likes to exploit it. And one thing he know about me is that I don't play. We gonna say what it is. We gonna talk about it, right? So he'll tell me, like he don't like to be held responsible because it's hard. I don't want to put like he likes it to be easy, but he don't get that shit from me.
Yeah.
However, he spent majority of his time over there. So now when he come over here with me and it's like this, he's being challenged. He think I'm being mean. He think I'm being tough on him.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So when I say he's soft, I don't like that. And my thing is, granted, I didn't have a father growing up. However, I had to learn life the hard way. I had to learn how to be a man through making mistakes in my life. I went to prison.
Yeah.
I don't, if I would have had the proper training or the proper alignment in my life, I wouldn't have made those mistakes. I just wouldn't have. And it's like, he's my oldest son. So again, I hold him to a higher standard probably than I hold all my children because he the forefront of the legacy. Even though my daughters is there, I like Sage. Even though he's younger than some of his sisters, he need to learn how to take care and be a help to his sisters. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I'm carrying it for Sage. But Sage last on my list. I love him, but he got to tighten up and. Right now he on some he been on some nut shit. So you know what I mean, I ain't fucking with it right now. I ain't fucking with it. But however, all my children, they love you all.
Yeah. I love all y'all too, especially Diddy funky ass. Take a shower, little nigga. Take a shower.
That's
Um,
another thing. Speaking of that, like I've been training him up his whole. That's what I'm saying. I've been training him up how to, take care of yourself, take care of your clothes, take care of your shoes, brush your hair, brush your teeth. You look good, you feel good, you do good. I've been telling him this the whole time because I know I've been trying to teach him, and for some odd reason, when it's not with me, or if he go back, it's like it never even happened.
yeah.
And that gets frustrating for me as a father because it's like, yo. So I know that drawers is crazy. Go to do his laundry, the drawers is out of pocket and shit like that. So it's just like, come on, man, we got
I
to
say
tighten
that's
up.
one part I ain't got a problem with. This nigga being here free balling. He had his basketball shorts on. Let me tell you, he is me on another level. I'm a free ball bull too, but my man,
Yeah,
he
that's
in here
funny, dog.
chilling like he just be in his own room, his own zone. Just he gonna shower a babe probably 1, 2 times about 2 days. Like I mean, they say some people say that's actually good for you, but I don't know. I was told to wash your ass daily. What's the next
What
one?
you got?
Finish this
Mhm.
sentence. My favorite childhood movie is Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in the
My
hood and some
my
stuff.
favorite childhood movie is wow. Um, I don't think I had. I don't think I had like a movie. I was too grown as a kid. We had HBO. My mom at work, so I'm watching shit
Yeah, ain't no
all
business
watching.
watching.
Yeah, no, I don't think I had no like. There are movies that I enjoyed, but to say it is my favorite, like I was like fanned out over them. It's more movies that are like adult movies today that I'll go back and rewatch than kid movies that I'm like, yo, this is a good joint. I really enjoyed this joint. But if I'm being completely honest with you, it would have to be Malcolm X. Between Malcolm X and
The
Forrest Gump,
favorite childhood movie
I'm
is
telling you,
Malcolm
dog.
X.
I wouldn't lie to you, dog. I'm trying to tell you, those
Radical
are
ass baby.
that's what look at the shirt. Look at the throwback. This is the throwback podcast, Joe. But you see what's happening on the shirt. But my point is, there wasn't. I was like I like Power Rangers, but that wasn't a movie. Like, but
No,
you
no,
know what I'm saying?
my man, they had a movie one time. They had a
I know
movie.
they had the movie, but that wasn't my favorite movie. I
All
was
right.
more of a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Coming home from school and catching the show when it come on at 4 o'clock or 3, whatever time it came on. Uh, Even wrestling, you follow me? I was a fan of those things, but it wasn't no movie that I continuously watched over and over and over and over again. The reason why I say like a Forrest Gump and or Malcolm X is because they've had a lasting impression on me.
Yeah.
I remember how it made me feel as a kid, and I can identify with it to this day. You follow me? So for sure, Forrest Gump and Malcolm X.
All right, well, I'm gonna give a normal childhood answer. It's gonna be Aladdin, Disney,
Yes.
with the genie and shit. I was a grown kid too. I was a whole new world, genie and shit,
Oh,
Jafar,
dude, like I know that
Iago. This nigga gonna talk about Malcolm X. Lord, welcome to the Black Dan Podcast, where you can only find this shit here.
shit though. I mean, I'm keeping it real. I'm being honest. Yo, that's funny. So you said Aladdin? Okay, I can see that. I'm aware of all of them Jones, but I was just a different type of kid. I just didn't. They didn't speak to me like I maybe because they were popular,
Yeah.
but they didn't speak to me like they didn't resonate as much.
Oh man, I'm telling you, look. So we got one more. I think for just finish this sentence. The best lesson I ever learned was for me.
I okay, go ahead.
A fool and his money will soon part. Uh, my grandma told me that, and just being able to manage your money. If you foolish with your money, you will soon part with it. If you're not, uh, you manage your dollar's supposed to travel or come back to you in certain ways. Like if you're not mindful of your money, you will part with it very quickly. So I that was one of the best lessons I ever learned.
I like that you went there because again, and it shows our consistency. As we continue to build this platform and we build our audiences, that's one thing for sure that they'll be able to say about us is that we're consistent in what we say. So I like that you went there with something that I've heard you say before,
Yeah,
because I was going in that same direction and say, like, I talked about it maybe last episode or 2 episodes ago. But for me, it's perseverance.
yeah,
To persevere, to stay down till you come up. So again, I told the story. I'm not going to tell the story again because I told it last episode about playing my first time playing baseball
yeah.
and going against the best team and not really thinking that, even them thinking that we couldn't beat them. And I would have never imagined that we could have beat the undefeated Yankees.
Right.
You follow me? But I learned that lesson as a kid, but the more and more I revisit the story, I took the lesson of perseverance through it. Like we stayed down. We didn't give up on ourselves. We didn't quit. We didn't count ourselves out at no point in time. And I think that energy, that lesson can be carried out even in your adulthood, even throughout your life always, right? Because you'll face obstacles, you're going to face challenges. And it doesn't, even if you don't even if you do not ultimately overcome those obstacles, right? But it's still about the attitude. You follow me? Like, not to be a sore loser. You lose a game, or if you don't get the finish, you don't get the results that you're looking for, it doesn't dictate or change anything about your trajectory. You keep barreling forward. So that's the biggest life lesson that I've learned. I've learned a lot of other things, but the one that came to me would be that one right there, for sure.
Persevering. I guess one of the key to perseverance, persistence, and dedication,
Mhm.
determination. If you got those skills, you'll be anywhere in life.
I want to say before you move on, I'm glad that you say that because I went through this little thing with myself earlier this week where my sleep schedule is probably not the best, so I tried to get out ahead of the day because I had slept, and I said, you know what, instead of fighting, try and go back to sleep, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go out for a walk, birds chirping and all that stuff. And it's always a good feeling, especially with the nice weather out. But that was again, I do these journal entries through sometimes I send you
Yeah,
voice notes, but I'll talk to the voice note to myself and basically just record it for myself. And that was one of the things I talked about for myself is you said being consistent, right? And I said, like, for me, and I think it can happen if you aren't mindful of whatever your habits are, is being consistent. If you're not careful, being consistent, depending on what you're talking about, it can breed contentment.
yeah,
You follow me?
yeah,
So you may, just because you're being consistent at whatever, just because this is what we do this every week, it doesn't mean that we don't have room for improvement. I'll just say, right? That's just a good example that I wanted to give, right? So
absolutely.
that's something that I have that I'm working on within myself is not allowing the fact that I'm being consistent with whatever it is that I'm dealing with to allow me to fall upon contentment.
Yeah,
Again, we just ran into a technical difficulty. However, it didn't change anything. And I'm telling you, I'm saying it right now. We're gonna get it figured out. We're
yeah,
gonna go live. We're gonna get the live situation figured out. However, I'm not gonna allow the fact that I tried all, you know what I'm saying? I've been in my phone all episode and I couldn't figure it out to say, you know what, fuck it, we just not gonna go live. Fuck it, dog. No, I'm a try something new. I'm gonna take something different.
yeah,
I was consistent in trying to figure it out. But however, I wasn't able to figure it out in this moment. So, my thing is not allowing that consistency to allow you to breed contentment
yeah.
with whatever the result is. Try something new. Try a different route. You know what I mean?
I always say comfortability is a thief of success. Like once you get comfortable,
Mhm.
you're never going to try to do anything else to get out that situation. So a lot of people right now, their life is comfortable. Their life is on that one flat line, like instead of a heart rate that goes up and down. They on one level, and somebody else figuring like, damn, why I'm not on one level? Why am I like full of ups and downs? Because you living. The other person on that one level, they flatline, they ain't living. They comfortable. So no,
Mhm.
you going through it, bro, and that's why that tells you gonna get to success because you're not comfortable, you're not just complacent. Like you really trying to get it done. So
Absolutely, man. We're gonna definitely get to that, man. I just wanted to, when you mentioned consistency, it reminded me of that thing that I kind of like went through earlier this week.
No man.
What else you got, bro? The Man Cave. Brought to you in part by the YBG Network.
Oh man, we got the man cave last segment, man cave
Man
John.
Cave.
Oh man, so SummerSlam is today.
Okay.
Got my chocolate covered almonds. You know, I'm a fancy nigga. I got my sparkling water.
Got your Pellegrino.
The
Got the Pellegrino.
Sal Pellegrino. Just ate all my sushi and shit. You know, I'm a fancy hood nigga now. And I'm from the projects, but you couldn't tell that based off the title.
That's shout out. Some
So
sushi sound pretty good though. Yeah, that sound pretty
only about
good. That I
California
might check that
rolls,
out.
only $6, man. Like I get a like California rolls in this. Like I ain't
I'm a
putting
tempura boy.
yeah.
I might get like a salmon or a California roll,
I
but
like a
I'm the
shrimp
tempura
tempura.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So all right, what's the SummerSlam today? And it's actually 2 days. It's going to be today and tomorrow. As soon as I get off of here, I already got my snacks and everything. I'm very excited to watch. What is your
Hmm.
favorite match all time of wrestling? And are any of your kids into wrestling with you?
That's a great joint. I love that. I love that you asked that. I'm gonna say the one that really sticks out to me is, again, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler. This just is what it is. But it's that the Iron Man match where even though he kind of like,
Him
even
and
though
Bret
I'm
Hart.
okay, yeah, that's my joint right there. I really, because they went at it for an hour. So the rules were they wrestle for an hour straight, and whoever get the most pins wins, right? So they wrestled for an hour, and nobody had won. Nobody had gotten pinned. Bret Hart had the belt, so he like, oh, all right, well, I'm out then. Nigga ain't beat me. So Vince come down like, nah, get your ass back in here. Overtime. You feel me? Sean ended up beating him in the overtime in the extra minutes of the Iron Man match. So I would say that when there's a lot of moments, but when I think about like based off of like how I used to watch it and what I've seen, it would definitely be that John. I was hyped up for that John for sure. Shout out to my fault. Shout out to Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya, she reached out to me not too long ago, but her nephews, I'm sorry, her little brothers. You follow me? They the ones they put me on wrestling. So me and Miss Tanya go way back. You follow me? But her I'm sorry, they not her nephew. What I say, her nephews, they would be her brothers.
All right.
You follow me? Yeah, they would be Miss Diane. Yeah, Miss Diane is her mom. I'm sorry. So her little brothers, they put me on wrestling. And I used to kick it with them when I used to live in West Philly a lot. So every wrestling match, mind you, I'm gonna say, listen, I can say it now. I'm gonna take you back to Wade Cable. You remember Wade Cable? You remember the cable?
No, you taking it back, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we taking it back.
So, but
We
they
had
had
an antenna,
the,
Ed. We had an antenna. Remember, you come from money.
is the
We had an
the chip.
antenna. Okay.
Well, it was the chip. So I had regular cable, but some people had the chip,
Yeah, we couldn't even
where it's
afford
kind
that.
of like you said, like the right, basically the concept of the chip is like a fire stick, a
Yeah,
jailbroken
yeah.
fire
They used to,
stick,
I don't know. My
but it was
dad had
cable.
it. He used to have put his joint in his direct TV box, and he had a porn and all that.
Yeah.
How'd you leave me in
So
the house for
always,
hours with porn? Is just letting you
yo,
say
this for
something as a
sure.
parent, but that's another story.
Every wrestling event,
Every pay per view,
every
everything.
time, SummerSlam, King of the Ring, WrestleMania. What was the other one? What I say? You said SummerSlam. That's a class.
Yeah,
SummerSlam is a
SummerSlam,
classic
Royal
joke.
Rumble, WrestleMania, Unforgiven, Bad
Yeah,
Blood, like you know. So
every joint, whenever it was a new event, I was over there at Miss Diane house with the boys watching the game. So, but that's the one that stood out to me the most was the Iron Man match, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
that's I'm gonna pick it back off. Probably Shawn Michaels. It's still my favorite. I wanna, because they put two like changed like two. I was at two very moments of my life, but I want to say him versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania with Iron Mike Tyson as the special guest referee.
We just talked about that's a
Yeah,
great
I
joint.
told
We
you,
just talked about
my
that one.
mom ordered that for my birthday. Whatever, I think probably my ninth birthday. I didn't want nothing else. Just Casey, that's all I wanted. Just order that for me.
I had it on VHS.
Yeah, I
You know,
taped
you
it,
can used to
nigga.
be able to.
I taped
Yeah,
it, nigga. Like, remember how you
I
could?
might have got you. I might have got it from you. You might have gave me the tape, the joint.
You might listen,
You
bro.
might have because I had that joint.
Take that motherfucker. So you might have had, bro. When I say like
Yeah,
I watched it over and over again. Like it was the best thing ever.
yeah,
So if not that one, I
yeah.
gotta say probably the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Like that, they say that's probably the best
Okay.
match ever. Like classic, like multiple close pinfalls. Like it's
What was
really.
the match? What was the match called between? Was it like a Hell in a Cell? Was it a
Mm-mm,
casket match? It was
no,
just a regular match.
it's just man, it's just spectacular. Like if you ever watch this, I think it's WrestleMania 25. It is hands down the
Okay.
most special match ever. Like it's like to the point where like if the greatest who ever watched it, they try to mimic matches based off of that. Like and it's just so many near falls. You like holding by your side of your seat. Like damn, this is good. Like they really know
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
do it. Them being
They
those
sold that
professionals.
joint.
Yeah, they
Where
definitely showed to show that one. No, so man, I'm
yeah,
definitely I'm excited.
it's a lot of Jones, man. I remember just thinking about it. I remember when I thought about this joint earlier this week too when we dropped the Thought Vault joint. I thought about when Mankind.
Oh,
Everybody
you
kept
got to throw a
saying
shot off the
Undertaker
sub.
before that, but I'm just talking about when Mankind first came
Yeah.
to wrestling, right? He was Undertaker's kryptonite,
Yeah,
but eventually Undertaker like overcame him. But at first, Mankind was whipping Undertaker ass. You
mm-hmm.
feel me? Kane too. Kane was kicking Undertaker. So a lot of people were saying Undertaker in their top four, and I'm just like, I get it, right? Because Undertaker is he's like probably like as close to like a Hulk Hogan when you talk about a career and longevity, how long he
Yeah.
had did it, right? But yeah, I just can't say I wasn't never really an Undertaker fan and shit. Like I might have liked Kane over him, but I was like, even Mankind was whipping his ass. He was giving him hell. He got him in that cage match when they did the Hell in a Cell. He got right with him, but I don't know if Undertaker might be top 10 for me. He might be top 10.
He in my top 10 for sure, man. When he had the tag team with him and the Big Show, when they was running through shit, when he had the Brothers of Destruction with Kane, American Badass, nigga named Mark Calloway, born March 24th. I'm a fan. You know, he's a cool
See,
nigga.
I'm a like a cruiserweight guy, right? So you start getting into like I started really going back in my mind when we did them Jones. Like, damn, it's so many British Bulldog. That was my name. British Bulldog. Roddy Piper. There's so many other wrestlers that was like they were like obviously they were like stars, but
Like
they
mid
wasn't like
carders, yeah.
heavyweights.
Yeah.
You feel me? My man, you remember the boy what's the boy name they used to have had Sonny with him and shit? Was it Mark Marrow? What's the name boy that had
No,
Sonny with the
Sable's
blonde
with
hair?
Mark Marrow. Honey used to be with the Legion of Doom and Chris Calito.
It's so many. I can't remember the boy. I don't think it's Mark Marrow. But I was more like I like the cruiserweight wrestlers. That's
Yeah.
why I like Shawn Michaels
Oh yeah,
because
Billy
he was like a
Kidman.
cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cruiserweight wrestler, but he was beating up all the heavyweights and
Was the
shit. So
main
that's why
event,
I liked
yeah.
him.
Hell yeah.
The high flyers, people like that. You feel me? That wrestle, they wrestle at it, they ripping and running through the joint, they flying, they jumping off the top rope and shit like that. Yeah, I like them kind of guys.
All right, what's your top three destinations? If you get some, you got somebody gave you what is it, a trip ticket anywhere in the world. They said you get three destinations. Where you going?
I would say, I ain't traveled, so my answers might be like simple. But we was just at the beach not too long ago, so that confirmed everything I knew about myself. And it had been a couple of years since I've been at a beach.
Yeah,
You follow me? So definitely something with some sand and some beautiful water. But I would say like I'ma just say Jamaica. Like a Jamaica is a nice joint, just as far as like being around your people, I guess, you follow me, and
yeah,
just catching the vibe and just being around something familiar. I know jazz. Again, I'm taking jazz with me, so I would say like a London. London would be dope. I think the aesthetics out there would be fire. Just to be able to experience some of the culture
yeah.
and the energies out there. and I would end it off with a probably another beach joint, so something like a Tulum. I don't know what's the Mayan ruins. What's that? Mexico?
Yeah.
You follow me?
You
The Mayan
said
ruins.
you said your favorite childhood movie was Malcolm X. And your black ass ain't say the
Not going to
motherland.
Africa.
You ain't say Africa.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, no, I said Jamaica. I said Jamaica.
Remix.
Yeah, no, I probably would do Africa. However, it would probably be like a see, I was thinking about like having a good time. I don't know that if I went to Africa, I would be like in a having a good time mentality. Even though they may have that, but I would probably be like super locked in. It would
Yeah,
be like a one of what is it? One of the I might have it wrong, but like your pilgrimage to Mecca.
yeah,
It
yeah.
would be something like that. It would be like my pilgrimage.
Yeah, I'm locked
So
in,
it
yeah.
would be yeah, it wouldn't I wouldn't even I don't even know if I would take Jazz with me on that joint. Because I would be super locked in
Yeah.
and just super focused on what's going on and what's happening. But yeah, Africa a good joint because you got Egypt, you got Northern Africa, Western, yeah. So, but no, I thought about the beaches. I know they got beaches in Africa too,
Yes.
but
So I would no,
I want to
I would
feel the
follow that. So I
breeze.
would probably say beach wise, I would probably do Sierra Leone, in Africa. They say that
West Africa.
beaches are beautiful. Definitely gotta do
They got
Mecca.
diamonds in the water.
Yeah, yeah, gotta see those them blood diamonds. Then
Diamonds are forever.
then Mecca, definitely do my pilgrimage. Um, the last one I would be a toss up between Jamaica and Dominican Republic because my girl, her family's from Jamaica, her dad's Jamaican, but Dominican Republic, my girl ain't come with me
You
to
ain't
no
low.
Dominican
I'm about to say
Republic.
you ain't gonna talk about you going to DR, huh?
You already know I'm going to DR.
Don't at me.
Nigga. I'm
I'm
coming
gonna
back.
come back. All that shit gonna be on the front porch. Don't at me to DR, dog.
Nigga,
Let
I
me know
can't
how
tell
it
you
was, bro.
anytime.
Take some pictures.
Listen, anytime me and my girl ever went through something, like we feel like we about to break a boy, I'll be looking at that passport application, like, you know what? Let her not get this shit together. I'll be in DR next
Yeah,
week.
you shot out.
Next week. Our money go far. Like, come on, man. Like you come on.
Mhm.
But Thailand would be another one too, because I heard that Thailand is so cheap. Like you can get so much
I've been
yourself
seeing that.
from
Yeah, yeah, for the
and
dollar. Yeah.
it just lets us know that here in America, like if I didn't have like I pray me and my wife eventually can move out the country or go somewhere else or stay somewhere else because I feel like there's so much more opportunity, so much things we're not seeing. Like we don't have to have these high ass cell phone bills, internet bills, things we paying for. We should have a garden. What Orlando Brown said, they're charging us for grapes. They're charging us for water. Things that God put here for free.
Yeah, not real rap. I was just bugging out on just the again being at the ocean. It's just like dog that joint crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, life is life.
So you said Mecca, DR, and what was the Sierra
Sierra.
Leone. It's a good joint. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, DR. I said that had to be on some single man shit, divorce trip, celebration, or I'm single again, back on the prime.
Babe, it's not for me. It's not for me, babe. I'm going to
Yeah,
celebrate with Davon. It's for him. It's not for me.
yeah, that's all you gotta say. Blame me. Let me be the friend. I tell all my friends, let me be the friend you blame. This nigga ain't shit. That nigga Davon ain't shit.
No, you ain't gotta be that because I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to do the right thing, man.
Nah, not me. Let my girl. Listen, me and my girl, we good. I pray we keep it together. Knock on wood. But I'll be in DR and like quick
Not
just.
me. Word. I feel you though. I see that. I like that for you. I can see that.
Oh yeah, I told you. Yo quiero ser mejor en español. I want to be better in Spanish.
Entereadas.
Yo estudio todos los días. I study every day. They don't want this.
Boy, shut up.
All right, what we got? All right.
What else you got? What you got?
Let's join this top 5 sitcoms all time. And I think we did before like black ones, but now this is just we're going to
But
do
you
all.
can spread it.
So let's do it like a rough draft. Like you get 5 picks, I
Yeah.
get 5 picks. But if you say one, I can't repeat after you. I got to come up with my own.
Okay.
All right, so
All right, so
I
I'm
give
gonna
you
I'm
first
gonna I'm
pick.
gonna just get. All right, go ahead.
No, you
When
got
you
first.
oh
No,
you
I
gonna
said
give it
you
to
got
me?
first pick.
I'm gonna jump out in front of it. I'm gonna jump out in front of it and call Martin. You gotta do some. You gotta do some work,
Sopranos.
Martin.
I call it Sopranos.
Sick. No, that ain't.
That
No,
is,
that's
that
not a
is a
sitcom. So
sitcom.
you gotta understand. No, listen. I'm about to tell you. Sitcom is short for situational comedies. That sitcoms is only they not. So you talking about shows? Oh, if you're doing TV shows, then you broaden it for me. Okay, cool. So you want to go Sopranos? Cool. All right, cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Godfather of Harlem.
This gonna be easy. This like work, y'all. This like work. This nigga, he got
Godfather of
Martin
Harlem.
and Godfather of Harlem. I got
No, I'm not.
Sopranos.
So look, hold on. I'm taking Martin
Are you
away.
taking Martin off? All
I'm
right.
not add Martin. Not a. I mean, he can be if you. All right, if you
It's a
broaden it like that,
television show. Yeah, we
you
just
can.
saying television shows.
All right, cool. That's cool when you brought it like that. But when you come with the Sopranos, I'm not doing. We're not doing. I only said Martin because I thought comedies. I thought like them 30-minute segmented shows,
Yeah,
not like
well, look, you get
like I
five.
know.
So if your file consists of some comedy, some
No,
situational, some me, I get five. So you said,
no, they going.
yeah.
I'm a. You come up with the Sopranos. I'm a Sopranos guy. So you come up with the Sopranos. You want to play hardball? Let me dig my cleats into the dirt. You go. So scratch Martin for me. I'm gonna take Martin off and do Godfather of Harlem, and then your response to that would be the Sopranos. Correct? Want to do it like that?
No, because you already up one because you didn't reverse his stuff. So no, nigga, my next one is
No,
The Wire.
Sopranos over it. Sopranos. Okay, all right, cool. So all right, cool. So you're not doing Sopranos. If you say The
No,
Wire,
no,
I'm
I'm
gonna say the
saying, listen, I got
Sopranos.
my two. I'm saying my Sopranos and The Wire is
All
my
right,
first
cool.
two.
All right, all right, cool, cool. So my second, I'm taking Martin off my joint. I'm not putting Martin
All
on my
right.
joint. My second one is going to be, I don't know. You're going to definitely cook me because you probably more of a show guy than me. And you said Sopranos. Sopranos my shit. Godfather of Harlem, New York Undercover.
Mm,
New York Undercover.
I'm gonna have to say Sons of Anarchy.
I knew you. I didn't want to say it, but I knew you were going there. That's why I knew that's. I didn't want to say it, but I knew that you had that in your list.
That's in my
I already knew.
repertoire.
Okay, okay, all right. I'm gonna go. Ooh. I'm gonna go. I don't want to go rock. I don't have nothing, dog. Hold on, let me see. And you said Power? Did you say Power?
No, I ain't say
Oh, you
Power.
said The Wire.
Yeah, I said The
You
Wire.
got The Wire. You got the greatest shows of all time. Hold on, look. He said The Wire,
Sopranos,
Sopranos, and Sons
Sons
of
of
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
And what else is it? That's a crazy jump. So I'm gonna do what I say, New York Undercover. I'm gonna have to go sitcoms because I'm not big on I don't you're not gonna hear me say and Ozark or none of them Jones. You're not gonna hear me say none of them Jones. And based off of what you have, like I wouldn't even put like Raising Canaan, BMF, Shy. I wouldn't put none of them up against you. Like it's just way too Greek. So I'm gonna just bail myself out and say something like Roseanne, nigga. Oh no, Roseanne. Yeah, see, I don't watch that. None of them Jones I watch. The only Jones I watch, but I got Godfather of Harlem. I got
New York
I
Undercover.
forget what my second one. Oh, New York Undercover, Roseanne, and I'm gonna go. I'll go Martin. Yeah, for
Martin.
sure. I'll go Martin for sure.
All right, how I'm
Yeah.
gonna round my joint out. So I got Sons of Anarchy. I got The Wire. I got Sopranos. I got Game of Thrones. Uh, let's go ahead and fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah, see, your Jones is too fire. I'm gonna end my joint off with Family Matters.
I was
All
thinking,
all
yeah,
Jones, like even though
yeah, that was a good one.
yeah,
That's
Family
definitely a good
Matters
one.
just because of because of the like again the cultural impact of Steve Urkel. He had a cultural impact like no other in the '90s. So that it helped make that show what it was, and it was a good depiction of like a black family. You got to see all different. They had the grant, they had the mom, the sister, you know what I mean. So it was a good depiction of a black family. Um, yeah. So my last one was
Family
um
Matters.
I said Roseanne. I don't know why I said I just thought about like a show that was I
Like
was
long
gonna say
term,
I
yeah.
really should have said Yeah, I should have. I really should have said Home Improvement or Boy Meets World over
Uh,
Roseanne, but I just try to think of it like a show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll do that. Take Roseanne out of it and give me Boy Meets World. I'll do Boy Meets World. That was a
good one.
pretty good John.
Based in
But so
Philadelphia.
I'm gonna go. So I know I switched my list up a bunch of times, but the list is gonna go Godfather of Harlem. Um, I forget what my second one was again. Oh,
New York
Boy Meets
Undercover.
World, New York Undercover, Martin, and Family Matters. And
Yeah,
yours was you got a power house.
we cooking your list, man. Like
Yeah.
we
You
going.
said when you said Sopranos, I said, wait a minute, let me make sure I got the rules down pat. When you said Sopranos, I knew you was on some shit when you said them. I
Yeah,
said Martin, he said Sopranos. And I knew by the time you said Sons, I said, okay, I see where he going. I forget what your number two was, but I said, oh, all right, he definitely going Sons. And I've never watched any. Yeah, I've never watched any of them Jones. I know
never
they
watched The
good. I
Wire.
know they big shows. Yeah, no, I'm not a wire. I'm a Sopranos guy. I'll get on. I'll be trolling, telling people that it's better than that is better. It's the better show. You feel me? That Tony was the. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had a
Tony was
lot of
cleaning the house
layers
out.
to it, but what I loved about The Wire though, especially in the later seasons, The Wire had they had like so many different. They had like the newspaper, they had the police force, they had the streets. All of it tied into
So
one
many
big ass
storylines.
story. All yeah,
Yeah,
so many different
yeah,
storylines. They
yeah.
all tied into one main thing, which is kind of why like, I loved Sons of Anarchy too, because there's like so many different things and all kind of led back to Jax. What I may watch. Scandal was a really good show too. Like um
What was it? What's it called?
Scandal on ABC
Okay.
with
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Carrie.
Carrie Washington. Wasn't it Carrie
Yeah,
Washington?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really it was this one guy on there. He was a black. They called him Command. And when I say he was the most
I mean, I
powerful,
ain't say Snowfall.
you was fucking. That's cool. It happens. The plus of
Yeah, I gotta come prepared next time. I miss Snowfall. Definitely could have been on there instead of Boy Meets World, nigga. What?
yeah.
That would
So
have helped
they gonna
help
be
my joint not stink.
nigga. Don't edit this list up either. Make sure this shit is approved. They're gonna be grinding you up.
I'm gonna take where I said. I'm gonna take where I said Snowfall and take it all the way back to 5 minutes ago. Make it my third. No, no, it's going. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, because I'm not really a big a show guy. You follow me? As you can see,
Yeah,
I'm more of a like I like movies, but the shows that I do get into, I think that like I thought that I like I'm a fan of um Raising Canaan, but I'm not a fan of like Power.
yeah.
You feel me? Shy, I was the Shy was good, but they start switching it up and getting too freaky for me. You remember they did the same joint with like what's the name had potential the joint with Lucius Lyon Empire, but they started
Yeah.
switching the narrative.
This
You
was
said they started getting too freaky
my
for me.
girl. My girl was just listening to that the other day. Wait, this the kind of song that makes us.
Hakeem, I said, yo, I was scrolling and I'm like, Jazz, he really was singing that shit, dog.
And you see
Yeah,
Lucius'
they was
face.
doing
Lucius
too
was
much for
like,
me, man. I could,
yeah, but listen. What's fucked up part is
nigga.
he not even the one to be showing his ass online now. It's actually the other one. He's that nigga out there on
Which one?
fucking Twitter.
Hakeem.
Yeah, oh yeah, Hakeem out here. He's straight gay, like straight get niggas be like shit on like it's crazy, bro. To see that man out here like he done lost his mind, like out there,
Hey,
like
yeah, I that was a that they fucked it up with that, and my thing is, I get it. Again, I'm not that whatever. I've worked with I got family members that are gay.
yeah. How
You
your
follow
own
me?
you are,
I
but
got people
I
that's
just
very.
to me
But
it
that don't
seems like
matter.
it
It's
seemed
just
like they did something to him, like he was like abusing the industry and something. That seemed like that played a part into like how he is now, like. So that's why I kind of say like I feel bad for him. Like,
yeah,
yeah, whatever your
yeah.
orientation is, that's
Well,
on
I was
you.
just saying like I'm just saying like even in terms of just the show.
Yeah,
My thing is that I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be a part of that. I don't need to be involved into that aspect of your life, especially when the premise of the show was good enough without that. But also, too, I get marketing too appealing to a larger crowd. That's what a lot of shows was doing around that time was, I guess, trying to like strengthen their audiences and all that
Well,
stuff. So you were getting that in a lot of like storylines, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm
well,
good. I don't
shoot,
need
the
this
the
junk.
producer was
I
Lee Daniels,
don't need this
so
junk.
yeah, I mean, you know how
Oh, all
he's
right.
so it was just naturally he just probably
Oz? How we forget Oz? How we say Sopranos and don't mention Oz? I'm tripping. I'm out here fucking up, man.
he be taking a nap or something, nigga. You
I'm
ain't
gonna
been,
have it together. I'm gonna have it. Yeah, I said Boy Meets World. That shit crazy.
right? No snowfall, no nothing. Like if
What
we
else you
was
got? You
supposed,
got any other joints?
no, that's actually it, man. Wrapping it up, man. Think everybody sliding out. We actually went for like probably like over an hour and a half today. Great episode. Just rock out about to watch SummerSlam and shit, man.
So give me before we go, before we run up out of here, let's what's your give me some predict you know the match line up for SummerSlam? Any matches that you looking forward to?
Oh
If
man,
so, just give us your predictions.
my biggest prediction is that John Cena. Well, he actually did just. I should have said this the other night. He was going to turn back because he's a bad guy right now. My prediction was he was going to turn back the good guy. Cody Rhodes is a good guy right now. He's going to turn back out what they call is a double face switch. Towards the good guy comes the bad guy comes the good guy. John Cena just did that Friday night on
Mm,
SmackDown. I think Cody Rhodes is going to do that this weekend.
hmm.
I'm hoping the bloodline comes back
Okay.
together with Roman Reigns and his whole family. I love Jacob Fatu, Simone Werewolf, so anything he doing, like I'm a kid, man. I sit here with some chocolate covered almonds, some chill, just watch TV, man. So this it'd be just a joy, man. Just keeps me young. Like I was,
Word. Yeah, I haven't done any wrestling in a while, but it's been in our conversations. And you asked if my children know. It's ironically I passed it off to my nephew, but I haven't really put my. I tried to since we talked about it recently. I kind of like tried to see if Kobe would like it, but I
yeah,
don't think he really understand it just as much yet. You follow me? But
yeah,
that's a good job, man. We made it. We made it through the episode. Good job. Good content this week. Like I said, I'm gonna work this week at making sure that we have. Next week, I'm going to make sure that work towards making sure that we have a better circumstance as far as going live. I know you had some people looking forward to that, so you could
yeah.
apologize on behalf of me to your folks. Let them know I'm gonna get it together. You feel me? Tell them don't give up on us, man. We still rolling. We still rocking, man.
They be all right. We here. It's the Black Dead
You got
podcast, man. Thanks for y'all tuning in. Another great show. See y'all again.
This is only a test.